everybody, I'm Sarah and I'm a recorder player. First of all, thank you to all of you who watched my 10,000 subscribers video and responded. We had over 800 entries for the soprano recorder giveaway. And before I announce the winner, a special huge thank you to all of you who have signed up for the Team Recorder Patreon so far. Patreon is a platform where you can choose to support the Team Recorder channel with a small donation every month and you get great rewards in return. And thank you to all of you who have signed up. It's really going to make a difference. And without further ado, the winner of this soprano recorder giveaway is Rosemary Sarabu. Congratulations, Rosemary. I'm going to be sending you an email so we can get in contact and we can work out how I'm going to send you this recorder. But I hope you enjoy it. Today's video is an introductory guide to the sopranino recorder. The sopranino is the second smallest member of the recorder family and it's in F, which means that it's 4 notes higher than the soprano recorder. It also means that you read it in the exact same way as the alto recorder, even though it will sound an octave higher than notated. Today I'm going to go into which sopranino should you buy, how do you play it, what repertoire can you play, and a few of my hints and tips for making it sound really nice. The good thing about the sopranino is that you can actually get a pretty good plastic model. So when you want to start trying out sopranino playing but you're not ready to invest hundreds and hundreds into a beautiful wooden model, that's fine. I personally recommend the Yamaha models. This model is a plastic Yamaha one. I don't know where it came from. It's definitely not mine because it's been extremely bitten. I do not bite my recorders, but in any case, the sound isn't too bad, and this is a very old recorder. So for plastic, I would recommend the models by Yamaha and by Aulos. I've also had one of those. I do have a Dolmetsch Nova plastic sopranino, but to be honest, it's not in tune. Check this out. Now, Dolmetsch, sort this out please. Then moving on to wooden models a bit later if you want something for concerts, maybe a bit of a mellower or a sweeter sound than plastic. My sopranino is by Küng and I think it's in bubinga wood. I love this instrument, and although now it's quite old and in definite need of a revoice, I really liked its kind of warm, rich sound. And my second sopranino is just a simple one by Aulos. I think it was about €100 and I bought it because a lot of contemporary pieces ask you to play 2 sopraninos at once. So yeah, models by Küng, by Aulos, by Moeck, by Mollenhauer, they are all going to be fine. And then of course you have your sopraninos in 4/15 for playing your Vivaldi concertos and such like. I don't actually have a sopranino in 4/15, but it is top of my list, my endless shopping list of recorders. Like I said, you read the sopranino the same as you do the alto in F. I have actually done a video on switching from soprano to alto. Goes the same for sopranino, so I'll put the link somewhere around here. This is good, we can go straight on to repertoire. Now, when I was researching this video, I realised there isn't a great deal of solo repertoire for the sopranino. It tends to be a lot of contemporary pieces where you play a bit of sopranino as well as lots of other instruments, or ensemble music with the sopranino on the top line. Or we have, of course, some Baroque pieces, which I'll go into in a little bit. But if you want to play as a soloist, we're going to have to get a little bit creative. In any case, when you're first picking up your sopranino, I really recommend spending a lot of time just playing it on your own, getting used to the high pitch, getting used to how you make the sound. For that, I would recommend the following. The Baroque solo book published by Dolce. My edition is falling apart because I've literally played this book to death. But it's full of Baroque solo repertoire, and this is invaluable for playing. It's all written for the alto, but there's absolutely no reason why you can't try it on your sopranino as well. And then in the same vein, we have the Jacob van Eyck Fluyten lust-hof. These pieces, in my opinion, you are free to play them on any size of recorder you want. They're so melodic, they have such a range of difficulty and different techniques within them, and yeah, if you want to get to know your instrument, these books are it. What else can we recommend? Well, there is the book called The Bird Fancier's Delight, which is a lot of Baroque pieces all based on different bird sounds. And the sopranino, it's so... It's so birdy. I don't think there are pieces that fit this instrument more. There is a beautiful piece by Couperin called Rossignol and amour. Sorry about my terrible accent. The Nightingale in Love, I guess that translates as, and that's also birdy, and it fits really nicely on the sopranino. Fun fact, I wrote my undergraduate contextual studies essay on that very piece. That's interesting to no one but me. Well, Sarah, I hear you say, aren't there Baroque pieces that actually authentically use the sopranino? Yes, there are. There are the three famous Vivaldi concerti, RV 443, 444, 445. 443 is the often also played in G major on the soprano. 444 is and 445 is and there are some other pieces that do feature the sopranino, for example the Bach cantata Herr Christ, einige Gottessohn, that has a very beautiful and quite virtuosic sopranino line on top. There is also evidence to say that in Monteverdi's opera L'Orfeo, he used the sopranino, describing it as, oh, hold on, I wrote it down. What did he say? The little flute in the third octave. And sopraninos are referred to in literature as far back as Michael Praetorius. In his 1619 tome, he describes this as the excellent flute. And as someone who plays a lot of contemporary music, I can tell you there are a zillion contemporary pieces where at some point you have to grab your sopranino and go, I'm not going to go into the use of the sopranino in every contemporary piece ever, because I don't think that's what you're really looking for, but you can, yeah, if it is, let me know. Let's say that. Tips. These are my tips to make your sopranino playing sound brilliant. Number one, don't be afraid to make this sound. If you play like this, it's just going to sound a bit pathetic and out of tune, and people can hear you anyway. There is no hiding on this instrument, so just really enjoy it. And as I go into in length in my video how to sound good on a soprano recorder, it also applies to the sopranino. So you want to have a fast air stream. This means instead of blowing warm air, that's a slow airstream, you want to be blowing cold air. That's a fast airstream. That's going to make sure that your sopranino sounds really nice. Bad news, guys, the margin for error on a sopranino is very small. Because it's so piercing, everything you play is very noticeable. My point being, you have to really make sure that your fingers and your tongue are coordinated. blips like are going to stand out so much more on your sopranino than on a tenor, for example. So make sure that your finger work is nice and fluid, your tongue work is nice and articulated and light. And then perhaps the most important thing on a sopranino, well, when you're playing in an ensemble, is gonna be tuning. Listen to this. Do you feel that in the air? That's what happens when especially high instruments are out of tune. The higher the instrument, the more noticeable it's going to be. This means if you're playing in an ensemble, please try to be as in tune as you can. I'm guessing with your sopranino you're going to be on the top line. This means that you should have your ears wide open and you should be tuning to the other people. So don't just play what you want thinking, well, I'm the top line, everyone should adjust to me. Nope, you should be trying to make sure you are in tune with the group. And my biggest tip is the more you play it, the more you'll get used to it, the more that you'll be able to figure out what you want. Do you want to create a very warm, mellow sound, or a bright, happy sound, or an aggressive, piercing sound? All of these are fine depending on the context. But the more you play it, the more, yeah, I don't need to say that, do I? That was probably my most obvious tip yet. Practice. Practice makes perfect. That is what I have to say on the sopranino. I know, I feel like I've said a lot, but I'm sure there are a lot of things I haven't covered. As always, if you've got questions, leave them in the comments below. And if you have recommendations of pieces that you have enjoyed playing on your sopranino, please share those too. Well, that's it. If you have been enjoying my videos and you have the financial means to do so, it would mean a great deal if you would consider being a Patreon supporter for Team Recorder. I'll leave the link in the description below. Then you can help this channel grow to its next Pokemon level or whatever. As always, you can subscribe to my channel by clicking on my face down here in the corner. I'm going to link up here to my guide for getting into the Bassett recorder. If you're interested in a different size as well, let me know. Thank you for watching everybody, and I'll see you next week. Bye!